Hello everyone, my name is Terence Zhao. I'm the Managing Director of Singhai Marine Services. We supply Chinese seafarers. Our head office is in Shanghai. Thank you, Nicholas, for inviting me to speak about the Chinese seafarers for international shipping companies. We all know because of the COVID-19, there is high demand for Chinese seafarers. Shipping companies are facing crew shortage and high wages. As we hear about, the pandemic continued to spread in many countries. As the virus mutates, we can see the crisis is not over so soon. It will last longer than what we hope for. The uncertainties cause the shortage of crude supply worldwide, not only at the present moment, but in the years to come. Since last April, we have been facing many challenges. As a crewing agency, we are in between the shipping companies and the crew. Both sides have their own concerns and challenges. In the market, we come across two groups of principal. One group like big ship owners, Hafnia, Maersk, CME CGM, and AT Essentra, who already have Chinese crew for many years. The other group are international principals who never use Chinese crew in their pool. They need the Chinese crew because their own crew cannot travel into China. So they need our crew to deliver their new ships in China. Or some need to change their crew because of some reasons like contract overdue or positive COVID cases and emergency sign-off. From our encounter, this group face a lot more challenges. Sometimes the second group wait till last moment and hope that other nationalities' crew can be approved to travel into China. It is not easy to get visa into China. Our health regulation is very strict. Some principal wait till last moment. They no choice but need the crew immediately. It is a challenge for us to get the crew with short notice. This can be better managed with early planning. There's also a requirement for rank experience and metrics, so getting the crew is not easy for us. If the requirement is for the full set of Chinese crew, it may be easier to source with enough time. But sometimes principals plan differently and request for short delivery contract. In this case, the cost will be high, and the crew will demand very good terms for themselves, like contracts starting from home and ending at home, or higher wages. Every crew will prefer a normal contract so that they go out and earn enough money before taking vacation. They also know that they will be quarantined outside or inside China, who always asked for trading pattern and afraid to go to high-risk countries. So as agent, we try hard to convince them that it is safe. When they know that the shipping companies never used Chinese crew before, they may be more worried. They are also concerned about food, communication, tank cleaning allowance, and so on. Currently, there are about 260,000 Chinese seafarers active in the market. However, less than 50 working for international shipping companies. Like many other countries, the young generation in China may lose interest to go sailing. But China wants to make herself as a strong maritime country. In this regard, China must maintain a steady pool of quality seafarers. Over the past decades, the central government has been encouraging sea career by heavily subsidizing the school fees for marine students and even providing free charge for those students coming from poor families. In year 2019, China has announced tax exemption policies for ocean-going seafarers when certain requirements is met. In the years to come, we can foresee the number of Chinese seafarers will probably increase, as the government is giving a clear signal that the country will provide stronger support for seafarers. Overall speaking, China remains as biggest country in population. Though China's economy has been developed rapidly, there are still about 600 million Chinese people with monthly earnings around RMB 1,000, which is about US dollar 160. This was told by our Prime Minister, Mr. Li Keqiang, in the National People's Congress last year. In this connection, seafaring remains attractive for many Chinese who want to make better earnings. Not only the numbers, the quality of Chinese seafarers has been over the years proved at a high level by the industry. This is another reason that Chinese seafarers are in heavy demand. Due to the demand, we have supplied our crew to some international shipping companies who never used Chinese crew before. At first, they are very concerned about English. But after using our Chinese crew, they are now comfortable that English communication is not really an issue. Our officers can communicate well in English. And with the Chinese officers communicating with the Chinese greetings in simple English and Mandarin, it is not a problem at all. There is no communication problem between the shipping company's superintendent and our Chinese officers. Of course, there will be some minor cultural difference, and it can be overcome without much difficulties. As the pandemic continues and affects many countries with lockdown, we must stay prepared and careful. As mentioned, Singhai is between our principal and the crew. On one hand, we must keep in line with market wage movement and update our principal regularly. But rising crewing cost is a major concern to the shipping companies. Traveling is still a problem. Sometimes and the international flights are very uncertain. Seats can run out and price can increase. Our operations team has heavy responsibility to monitor. Also, country COVID regulations change quickly. Workload can be very heavy, but when we do a good job and accomplish the work, we feel very satisfied. We have worked very well with our business partners, like those third-party ship managers, like B-Ships, Blake, Williamson, Tom, and Olympia, etc. From our experience, we find that if the principal gives us 3 to 4 weeks ahead to work with confirmed schedule for delivery, we don't have problem to deliver. Also, the crew preferred normal full contract with reasonable terms. Sometimes we have short delivery contracts and we have to convince our crew to join. Under short contract, the crew always will ask for more wages. This is because they can only earn a few months with salary and need to be quarantined for 14, even plus 7 days when returned to China. So we always tell our principal it is better to have full normal contract. We also tell our principal not to wait too long. As we know, they are checking with a few green agencies and try to get the lowest wage crew. But when time runs out, there might be a panic. Sometimes some agent may fail to deliver as promised. So finding the right green partner is important. As for the crew, we face challenges when their demand gets too high due to market supply and demand imbalance. We also need to convince them that it is safe when the ship sails to high-risk countries. We will tell them about the good safety policies and the procedures of the principal. So both sides have concerns and expectations. We have learned to adapt well. Singhai Marine is assessed by the principal and the crew. Can the crew trust us? Can we deliver what we promised to our principal? We have to control the crew wages and explain to the crew not to have too high expectations. They must be reasonable. As we all know, nowadays, the wage is not a secret anymore. Crew, they know the market wage very well. Moving forward, it is unlikely that Chinese crew supply and demand will balance out so quickly. There's still shortage of crew in the near future. In conclusion, we hope all countries can cooperate and make crew change easy. When there is certainty, there is less anxiety. We hope that the pandemic will get better as more population and crew are vaccinated. Also, with fast test kits available, the crew can use to identify and segregate infected crew or outside people coming on board quickly. It will certainly reduce the risk of infection and result in a safer environment. We hope by then the crew market find its balance. Thank you for your time, and it's my pleasure to share about the Chinese Seafarers. Have a good evening. Bye.